Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sunday morning, guys. Back again. I believe this is the 6th week back here. It's Leon Street, and today in this video, I'm talking about how your habits can either help you or sabotage you. And it's quite an interesting topic because I remember when I first started out on my entrepreneurial journey, and I was looking at different ways to really be a success. And I'd go deep on what are all the kind of logical things I need to do in order to be a success, because I would look at success as results that I needed to achieve. And what I'm going to share with you today, I'm going to dig into some of the key things that I guess a lot of people look at success as, and then what I've found success or success forming habits that actually help you to go on and be a real success, a real winner. And so if you got any questions as I'm going through, please just let me know what those are by dropping a comment below this video. If you got any specifics you want to dig into, again, just drop a comment below this. So if you're watching me on Facebook or watching me on YouTube, just drop it below and I will come back to you and answer your questions. And if I catch them in time, I will answer them live on this video as well. So as I said, guys, I'm talking about habits, and I want to share something with you. So I'm going to share my screen that I have prepared. So just give me a second, because there's a couple of things I just want to break down when it comes to how you create habits that actually help you to go on and win. And it might sound a bit simple. There's a couple of books as well that I'm going to mention. There's the obvious one. Has anybody ever come across the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? That was one of the first books, I guess, that I came across when I was thinking about how can I become more of a success. And it was a good place to start. And what I'm going to do is share a couple of stories with you about how my habits have helped me, also hindered me, and what you can take away from what I've learned about my habits and what you've got to do to go deeper on them. Because sometimes what you see as your kind of general habits are not the real kind of let's say the root of what's going on with you. When you look at success and you see results either in your life, so whether it's with you, your family, your children, your friends, sometimes we look at what the outcomes are, the results are, and things may actually be going well for us, things may actually be going really shitty for us. And when things are bad and you want to make change, sometimes it can be difficult to make change because you don't spot everything that's going on. And so just to kind of share a few stories with you, when I was early in my career, I was looking at, well, how can I be a success? Because I was doing all the right things, the logical things in business, in life, but I wasn't producing the results that I wanted to. And eventually, off the back of it, I ended up with my first business failing. Yeah. And so what I started to do was look at and go deeper into, well, what habits do I have? What do I need to do to really take things up a notch to go to that next level? And I don't know about you, but, when I was faced with those challenges, it wasn't just, do more marketing, make more sales, that kind of stuff. What I was finding was that it was not the logical stuff that was going on, because I wasn't getting the results I was looking for. So now I'm going to share with you a couple of things. Before I go any further, guys, if you are stuck in business, remember you can reach out to me. If you want to book in a time to speak, please go to leonstreet.com/apply, and you can book yourself in a date and time for me to help you with whatever it is that you need help with in growing your business. But let me dig into what I wanted to share with you. So has anybody ever come across this type of image before, where you've done either a mindset workshop or you've gone deeper on just wanting to be a success? You usually see these pictures on Instagram. You probably see them on various social media. But I want to, first of all, what you see here, this picture is part 1 of 2 images I want to share with you. And this one is important because this is what I was talking about a moment ago, with when you only see the surface layer stuff, the logical stuff. Yeah. And this is really important if you want to learn from what I've experienced to go to that next level. So this is what most people see usually when it comes to being a success in life, at home with your family or in business, whatever situation or circumstances you're in. So as I say, most people see the top layer of the iceberg, success as that top piece. But what most people either miss or kind of discount or don't really look at or consider is the hard work, the failure, the doubts, the setbacks, persistence that's needed, the early mornings or the late nights, because you might be an early morning riser or you might actually be a night owl. You know, you just work right through. Sacrifices. So what have you got to sacrifice? And there are always sacrifices for the lifestyle that you're trying to create or the results you're trying to create. You know, it's not to say you can't have everything, but just trust me, there's going to be some sacrifices. What actions and what risks you had to take. Now, if you're watching this, just give me a thumbs up or give me a heart if this is something that you've seen before. Give me a yes in the comments, yeah, if you're watching this back on a replay. Because usually, if you go to, let's say, like a kind of mindset seminar, and you're trying to figure out, well, something's going wrong with my habits right now in my life, and I want to get to that next level. And this is what, you know, most people will kind of tell you on a surface layer. But once you start getting around business owners who've gone deep, who've actually achieved some significant results, and then they've worked on themselves and they've gone deeper, I want to share with you the next image that I've got for you. So now, if you can see this, I'm hoping you can see this clearly, guys, because now you're going to have to watch this on full screen if you're watching on your mobile or on your desktop. So this is the truer picture that I believe what success is all about. Yeah, because the previous image, look, it shows success as just this one thing. Yeah, and for you, it could be like monetary success. It could be how much impact, how many customers you're serving. It could be the fact that you have a happy family, your kids are happy, you've got a great relationship with your husband, your wife, with you know, your partner. And the point I'm getting to is that all the things that you've had to put in, the hard work, the failure, the doubts, the setbacks, the persistence, all those things, those are kind of things that you can say logically that makes sense, right? But this is the part that I want you to understand, that where your habits really will form and go to the next level. Because ultimately, your success, the results you're looking for, if we start from the top where it says the higher self, you want to be in a place of love and joy, i.e. you're either passionate or love the work that you do, or you're passionate or you have love for the people in your life, like your family, your children, you know, your extended family, friends, whatever it is. And there's this place where most people don't understand, actually, when you get to this place, so when you tap into this place, because it's already there, it's already within us, but most people don't see, is that this is where you're in this place of intuition and observation. You can see things for what they are, and you take less bias against things that happen in your life. And I've got one story in particular I'm going to share with you guys, and it's a personal story. And if you go down a level now, we're going to go to the conscious mind. See, the conscious mind for me is pretty much where, you know, the previous image I just showed you what success is. That's for me where the conscious mind sits. It's around goals, actions, willpower, decisions, plans, analysis, behavior. And that's where you achieve, you know, what other people would consider as success. But remember, that higher self, that's where true success is found, because you're no longer just focused on the kind of tangible or the logical results of what's going on in your life. You're now more focused. When you look at yourself from a higher perspective and you live from a higher perspective, you understand more about being objective to your habits, because now you start to understand, what's it going to take for me to really step up and go to this higher place. And when I'm talking about this higher place, it really is being in this position to almost have this outer body experience, to look at yourself and say, right, what's going right, what's going wrong, and what am I aware of? Yeah, because the more you become aware to what's going on in your life, the more you'll start to find out what habits either, you know, help you to win or actually sabotage you. So let's go deeper now, because when we go deeper and when we go into the subconscious mind, yeah, this is where you're going to start to see things and become more understanding of, these are the emotions and values. These are the things like personal beliefs, cultural beliefs, fears, imagination, and back to what I started this live stream on, habits. And what you'll start to notice, if you look on the right hand side, it says needs clear orders and images. Yeah, so that's what the subconscious mind needs. And I'm going to come to some specific points, and I will share this story I've been mentioning about. Does not judge, resists change. So, you know, if you think about success and, you know, habits that lead you to success, if you don't understand what's going on with your subconscious mind, you will resist change, no matter how much consciously you believe that you know what needs to be done. Yeah, because when you don't tackle the subconscious mind, that's why you probably, like I have, experienced failure many, many times. And when you get into the clarity of what's going on with the subconscious mind, you'll understand why you want to change, and it will become something deeper. And I'm going to come to the final step, the unconscious, in a moment. But now I want to share the story with you guys. So for me, I've achieved a lot of success in my business. I've achieved a lot of success in my relationship with my fiance. I've got 3 children. I would class myself as a really good father, but yet there are habits that I want to change about myself. Yeah, and these habits are habits that were unconscious to me, but what I realized lately, as both I've started to see them, and B, they've been pointed out to me by other people that I was unconscious to. And these habits are how sometimes for kind of mediocre things that are happening between me and my children, I'll react quite kind of drastically. Yeah, and it was something that I've picked up on before, and I made changes, but then there was still something there. And then more recent events that started to kind of come up more and more. And part of it is, whilst I was aware to a degree that it was going on, the surface level, I wasn't really clear on, like, Leon, why are you reacting that way over kind of trivial things? Why aren't you reacting in the way that you want to be as a father? And I'm sharing this because it's quite a personal thing, guys, but I want you to understand the story, because how not only affects you as like a human being and a normal person who lives, you know, and does different things, but also how it can affect you in your business. So the point I'm getting to is, I was overreacting on some things, and I'm not saying I do this constantly, but there's just little things where actually, like, I want to cut that behavior out. So therefore, this habit that I've formed, which is an unconscious habit, you know, really, I guess it was kind of sabotaging me, because I was unconscious to it. The behavior would come out, but consciously I think, oh, that's the right thing to do, because unconsciously it was the program I had within me. And honestly, guys, have you ever been in a place where you're really trying to achieve something, but for some reason you keep failing or not quite hitting the mark, even though consciously you believe and you can see you're doing the right things, but there's something else underneath that, I don't know, it's like you're missing that last 1%, and you can't get the thing that you're looking for. And a lot of the times, I will tell you this deeply, guys, because I've done a lot of work on myself. It's usually you and your subconscious, and then the final part of the image I'm showing on the screen, guys, the unconscious. Now, the unconscious is where, you know, everything you do in your subconscious and conscious mind has this underlying kind of foundation, which is things like trauma, violence, shame, guilt, and secrets. Yeah. And part of this is what has, I guess, happened when you were growing from. Good morning, Craig. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you commenting. So when you look at your life from the ages of 0 to 7, you go through this process of individuation where you learn about the world and you start to form a program. Yeah, this repeatable program based on, let's say, the kind of authority or significant figures in your life. And if you've experienced trauma or violence, and these things could either be like very small trauma, but as a young person, you've created them to be, you know, I guess the program that you base your life on, because this is what actually happens as human beings. And when you get into psychology of behavior and so on and so forth. But the point I want to get to is that these things carry on up into your subconscious mind, up into your conscious mind, and they affect the results, therefore, that you get in your life. So with your friends, your family, the environment you're in, how you deal with emotions, time, family, business, career. Now, here's the important part that I want to get to, guys. And thanks, everybody, if you've stayed with me on this. Now, if you're going through challenges in your life, yeah, and you're not, you know, achieving the results you want, it's usually because you've got unconscious and subconscious problems going on. Yeah. And what you've got to do in order to change where you are, you have to start to become aware as to, why am I not getting the results? And then taking a step back and looking at what's going on. Because when you're not getting the result in whatever it is you want to achieve in life or business, there's usually some unconscious behavior at play. So for me, my unconscious behavior, as I said, I've been overreacting to kind of trivial things with my children. And I'm like, what the hell's going on, Leon? That's not the kind of father I want to be. So I've fortunately got a really great fiance, pulled me up on some of these things, and she was like, Leon, like that's not you. What's going on? And then when I realized it was an unconscious behavior based on experience that I guess I saw and experienced and went through as a child with my grandfather. Yeah. And my grandfather's a very disciplined guy. Yeah. And so he would kind of pull you up on very kind of trivial things. And what I realized is that unconscious behavior, I'd made a program of my own. So even when trivial things were happening, I was doing it unconsciously, even though I was conscious. And I was like, fuck me, I can't believe like this is what's happened. So the point I want to get to, guys, when I had failures and challenges in my business, have a guess what I was also doing? I was going through unconscious programs and behaviors that I'd learned and that I'd pulled right through into my adult life and wasn't even aware to, because consciously I thought that was the right thing to do, but that was actually the wrong thing because I'd got the kind of wrong habits. Now, if this is a bit deep, guys, I'm hoping that I've explained it enough and well enough for you guys to follow as I've gone through. If I have, you can give me a heart or give me a thumbs up, say, yeah, Leon, I'm with you. But here's the point. Too often do we look at things logically, like the previous image that I shared with you. We look at things as like black and white. So success is like, just this one thing you achieve. And then we look at things and say, yeah, I understand there's got to be hard work, failure, doubt, setbacks, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you guys, most people will not look at it and say, the way that you achieve true success and come from this higher self place is from intuition, love and joy, and observation. So when things aren't going right and you get pissed off or you get really annoyed or very angry or you want to destroy somebody else or something, it's usually because of this unconscious behavior at work. I want to shout out my coach, Ryan Pinnock, because I invested a lot of time and went through a lot of his trainings to help me uncover this thing, because sometimes in life you go through things and you want to go to that next level and you don't know what the blockages are. Unfortunately for me, as I've worked on myself, I understand consciously that the actions that I've got to take, and I'm sharing this with you so hopefully you guys can implement this in whatever things that you've got going on in your life. It could be personal, it could be business, but I'm sharing this with you because it's really important, guys, because if you keep going through life where you're unconscious to things that are going on and why results and why things, that always happens to me, I always get bad luck, or always negative things happen to you, you've got to become more aware as to what's going on. So if you keep ending up with a bad thing, a negative thing, or just things not working out the way you want them to, where you sabotage yourself, and therefore you never achieve the results you're looking for in quite the way that you want, look at what's going on unconsciously and in the subconscious actions of what you do, guys. Because when you tap into that, I'm not kidding you, that's where things will change for you. Because up until this point in your life, if you've never really tapped into it, I'm telling you, this is the thing that's holding you back. It's not learning the latest marketing trick, learning the latest, being the best parent trick, or learning the latest formula for, how to please everybody or whatever. I'm telling you, the more you work on yourself and you dig into what's going on with you unconsciously, the more you will get clearer. And this is something that it's almost like an ongoing thing. And it's something you never, I guess, fall out of the game of. It's like life or just being in business. This is something you keep working on yourself from. And you must continue to do it if you want to lead the life that you want to experience, because and this is where I'm going to wrap up, guys, because many times in my younger years, in my teen years, in my 20s, my 30s, I'm 40 now, so I can say that. I don't feel too old saying it as well, is that a lot of the times you'll go through life and you'll just look at all the logical stuff. You look at all the consciously kind of things that you can see in front of you, the touchy-feely things, but you'll never be able to put your finger on actually what's stopping you. But the more you become aware, the more you can work on it, guys. And it's almost like, if you were growing a plant, let's say, and this is my final piece that I want to share with you. You plant the seed, and what happens is you put that seed into soil, and you water it, and you hope, and if you've never grown a plant before, you hope that it grows, but you can't see what's going on because it's beneath the soil. And eventually, you know, the more you water it and you put it in a warm environment, that plant will like burst through and you'll see the first stem come through, right? So this is the point that I want to get to, guys. There's a lot more going on underneath in your subconscious and unconscious mind that you must tap into, guys, because if you want your life to be a success and you want you as that plant to continue to grow, but in the right way, to experience the right things with the people you love, to achieve the great results you want to go through in your business, you must tackle it, guys. So that's my piece of Sunday morning wake up that I wanted to share with you. And look, there's so many great resources out there, like, you know, as I said earlier, the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Thanks for your comment, Margot. There's another one by Brendan Burchard. I think it's High Performance Habits. There's so many of these things that talk about these kind of logical things that you go through. But I'm here to tell you guys that the more you tap into the success of your life and business, the more you'll understand that actually you've got to go deeper. And when you go deeper, you can live from your higher, and you can live from a true place of love. And for me, love in business is what most people call passion. That's where I'd love for all of you to be. So hopefully that's a good start to your Sunday morning. Remember, guys, if you are going through challenges and there's, you know, behavioral challenges in your unconscious patterns, subconscious, you know, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to have a chat with you. And even if it's just to point you in the right direction of, you know, what you can do or where you can get further help, you know, like I mentioned my coach earlier who does some great trainings on this that can really help you. But even if you just want to have a conversation with somebody that, you know, is on your level or can connect with you, just reach out to me, drop me a message. But other than that, guys, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my day. And hopefully this has brought a bit more awareness and light onto what you're doing. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back on Wednesday. Wednesday is 8:30 p.m. I'll be talking more about sales and marketing. Remember, Sunday morning wake-ups are a bit more personal, a bit more deeper, and hopefully it helps you to take one step further forward in what you're doing in life and business. So have a great day. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.